Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Biden, the G7, China, the moves that are being made, what they really mean, how big a deal they are, and whether or not this is the right move for what's going on. If you haven't heard, the Biden administration is talking with the G7, and the G7 is putting together a package, and that package is going to be a collection of sanctions against Iran over the whole thing with Israel. Now, one of the questions that came in was, hey, as far as the long-term strategy of deprioritizing the Middle East, how does this help? It doesn't. It's very hard to bring a country out of isolation if you continually sanction it. However, the Biden administration is apparently sticking with the decision of looking at Netanyahu and being like, if you're going to go hit him, you're doing it by yourself. If the West did not back Israel militarily and then also did not back it diplomatically, that would be a bad look at the international poker game. That would definitely cause problems. So this is the move. They're going to sanction Iran. What does it mean? Not much. Not much. In the grand scheme of things, not a whole lot. China has refused to condemn Iran's move and has indicated that cooperation will continue. This isn't a surprise. The fact that the call occurred like right afterward, that's a little surprising. But the fact that the cooperation will continue isn't surprising. So it is very unlikely that a series of sanctions creates a situation where the people on the bottom in Iran really start to suffer. That's always a huge concern when it comes to sanctions, because depending on how they're applied and depending on what the government of the country that is being sanctioned does, sometimes it doesn't hurt the government at all. It doesn't send those people a message. It just hurts the people on the bottom. Iran's relationship with China makes that pretty unlikely. The Chinese will most likely be capable of ensuring that doesn't happen, and that realistically, Iran probably isn't going to lose a whole lot based on this. But the administration had to do something. And this is what they've decided. I definitely prefer this over, participating in a military action that could, in theory, provoke a regional conflict. I like the idea of sanctions that could be removed later, especially given the Chinese buffer. How is Netanyahu taking this? It doesn't appear that he's super mad, but they're definitely not happy about it. American officials are indicating that they believe Israel is going to respond, but that it's going to be limited. How limited? They don't know, because the Israeli government isn't telling them anything. So it's a situation where, if you're not with us, we're not even going to tell you what we're doing so you can be prepared. That appears to be the response from Israel. Hopefully, it will be limited. It will be incredibly limited. That would be ideal. Please remember, when people are discussing factories and stuff like that, people work in those. People who don't have anything to do with what happened. So it would be ideal if it was incredibly limited, and especially if it was something that was done at night when there weren't a bunch of people there. But we don't know what they're going to do. There is a chance that they don't do anything. That's still on the table, or they limit it to a cyber operation, or they just go after non-state actors that are linked to them or something like that. That's still in play, according to rumor. And then you have the added benefit of China basically telling Iran, if they respond and it's limited, maybe let this one go. So most nations are trying their best to limit the possibility of regional conflict, which, I mean, that should be something that should go without saying, but it hasn't been the case lately. So that's good news. As far as how it plays out from here, everybody's waiting to see exactly what Israel is going to do. There's not going to be any real news until they either announce something or conduct something. That's when we get to find out. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.